Coach, last week you guys got a win over Eastern New Mexico, but I know earlier in the season it was a loss. So what were the biggest difference that you've seen from your team within those two games?
Our biggest thing was focusing on the games prior to that. We didn't want our guys looking ahead because we had a tough stretch. I mean, it was 5 games in 10 days for us, and we had a lot of work in front of that game we needed to take care of to make sure that game was important to us. And so, when we finally got to that game, the one thing we knew was we weren't going to have to figure out how to get our guys excited for that game. They knew that was one we probably didn't play our best in any form of fashion because offensively we were bad at their place, defensively we were bad at their place. And I think right now when I look back on this season, as young as it still is, it's the game that's made us to where we're at right now as a team, because ever since we took that loss, we've been completely different on both ends of the floor, and I think they exposed a lot of flaws in our basketball team. And so I was glad to be able to rebound from that and get them the second time we played them here in a very good game at our place. And the thing that really helped has been our crowds, especially at home. That game we had over 2,100 people. So thank you to Community of San Angelo for coming to support us, and it helped move our program into #1 in the conference in home attendance. And it's something we're really proud of, is just how much this community has continued to embrace both the Bells and the Rams basketball programs. I think Alicia's team's also #1 in the league in home attendance. So, it's been awesome, and I know our guys get super excited to play at home and play in this gym and play in front of these fans. And so, it's something we really appreciate, is just everyone getting behind our programs.
Coach, going on to your game from Saturday against Western New Mexico, it came all the way down to the final seconds of KK Godwin hitting a go-ahead jump shot with about 4 seconds left. Can you tell us about the resiliency of your team going into that game? It was a back-and-forth game the entire day.
Well, 4 of the last 5 have come down to the last second, unfortunately for us. But we keep figuring out how to get it done, and that's something we've talked about as a staff, is we just keep saying find a way. And it has not been pretty. That was a tough stretch. Again, 5 games in 10 days. We didn't have a lot of time to practice. We spent a lot more time film and prep than anything else, and tried to just get our guys ready that way. But, our guys just made plays down the stretch when they needed to make plays down the stretch. And, Saturday, it was Godwin, hitting the shot. Thursday, it was Willie Guy hitting a shot. Go back to Tuesday, it's Trey Mitchell making a play to Steve Webb underneath the floor, or underneath the goal. And you take it all the way back to the previous Thursday, it was Willie Guy hitting a game winner at St. Mary's. So, for us, it's been someone different step up every single night down the stretch for us. And I think it's what's made us the team we are right now, is you don't know who it's going to be on any specific night. KK, Kevon Godwin's done a great job of leading our team in scoring, but we have a lot of different guys that can help, on the offensive and defensive end for us, and I think it's what makes us a challenge to defend at times.
Sort of like the same question I asked Coach Ellis. How would you just describe your team right now in the season with only a few more games to go?
We're playing with a lot of confidence right now. Our guys like playing together. Our assists have gone sky high over the month of January. I think we're really starting to hit our stride offensively. I think we've done a great job over the course of this entire season defensively. We're continuing to improve on that end. But I think we're starting to finally see our team hit a stride offensively. And it's what's really keeping us alive right now, is because we're having to score more points now because defenses have gotten better from our opponents as well. So we can't just rely on our defense at this stage. But I really think we're starting to hit our stride as we're hitting into February at this stage. And it's what we want as coaches. We want to play meaningful basketball in February, and we've done a good job of putting ourselves in position to make these games count in February and be very important for our program.
Coach, how have you managed to keep this group fresh, knowing that you guys are coming off that 5-game and 10-day stretch?
It's just find rest where we can. Even in games, we've tried to use the clock to our advantage, pull guys out right before media timeouts to give us extended stretch of rest that when we can to certain guys. There's been key guys, Fredolene De La Cruz, Willie Guy, Kevon Godwin, Reggie Casada. Those guys have been playing heavy minutes for us. And so we're trying to find stretches even in games where we can give them rest. And then, we took off yesterday. We're going to try to go light today and start our prep for Lubbock Christian. But, it's trying to find rest where we can. But this is what they're here for. I mean, and I sent a text, to our staff over the weekend. And I said, this is why they chose to play at Angelo State, is because they're going to be in position to play meaningful games now. And so now's not the time to be tired. Now's the time to find it and figure out how to keep doing what we're doing, and let's get the job done.